CARICOM Institutions have started to lay the groundwork for implementation of the Community Strategic Plan approved by heads of government in July.
As you know, the heads of government have approved of the Community Strategic Plan, and a major component of that plan is how we go about implementing the plan. It's not just a plan, but how we go about implementing the plan and who are the major actors. And I see the actors, the regional institutions are very critical players in this whole process.
The 5-year plan is designed to improve the quality of life for citizens in the region through concrete action on matters of direct relevance and benefit to all. It is recognized that in order to do this with limited available resources, the entire community will have to work together in a much closer and more coordinated fashion.
We had before the plan started regular meetings at certain intervals of community institutions to seek to coordinate our efforts. Now we're redoubling the efforts. We're going to formalize our arrangements to meet more regularly, to coordinate our work programs, to coordinate our interventions in member states to avoid the duplication of effort, and to allow for the institution with the relevant expertise to lead on certain areas while the whole effort is being coordinated. The number of heads of institutions who came, I think, is a demonstration in itself of the commitment of the institutions to work together.
More than 20 heads of institutions came together in Guyana September 15 to 17 to prepare an implementation plan to guide their combined delivery of benefits to the region.
Milton Horton. I am the Executive Director of the Caribbean Regional Fisheries Mechanism. I think there are tremendous opportunities and synergies that we will realize when we get together in this manner. We will avoid duplication of effort, we'll avoid wastage of resources, we'll ensure that the limited human and financial resources that we have can be deployed in the most efficient and effective manner. And so I think by working together in this manner, we will be able to add value to our individual organizations as well as to our collective efforts as a community of nations.
Ronald Jackson, Executive Director, the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency. It's timely. One would have said that we would have loved to have seen this way back in the past, but there is the old adage, nothing before its time. I commend the CARICOM Secretariat for this very, very important step. I think we need to all come together and understand that we are the arms and legs of the CARICOM Secretariat. CARICOM Secretariat's policy, the work of the Secretariat is achieved through the specialized institutions of CARICOM, SEDIMA being one such specialized institution. And it is important that we understand how our respective roles and mandates fit strategically in the broader goal of the region in terms of building a resilient Caribbean community.
Jennifer Astefan. I'm the Executive Director of the Caribbean Center for Development Administration located in Barbados. We're more commonly known around the region as CARICOM. I think the meeting of institutions under the CARICOM umbrella is one of the best and most significant happenings that in recent times that has happened. I think it's important because then every institution can see where they make their contribution, and collectively they can pool themselves and their resources and their technical assistance to really move the agenda of CARICOM in a more effective way.
I'm Faye Hoosty, Director of Corporate Planning in the CARICOM Development Fund. Because CARICOM, I could say, is like our parent, the fact that we have been called now to meet collectively allows each of us to share the ideals, also to share the goals and work programs across the various institutions. And therefore we can see what synergies can be derived, and also it can help us to avoid some of the duplication that could come without proper collaboration.
Arlington Chesney, Executive Director of the Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute. I think this is an excellent idea. In CARDI's medium-term plan, for the last 3 medium-term plans, which are 3 years each, we talk about working together. And we also, in that context, we also say that we needed a framework within which each of us should work. Now, this exercise this week is not only related to the agricultural framework, but whole entire economic framework for the region as developed and devised by member states. So therefore, it puts us in a better perspective to be able to fashion our programs to achieve those goals, to enable the framework to be meaningful and to assist the member states in achieving its own sustainability goals.
My name is Ramesh Lachividyal. I'm the chairman of the Caribbean Aviation Safety and Security Oversight Organization. CARICOM is perhaps the most important vehicle to integration, also to promote the social and economic development of the region, and therefore working together we are able to create all of the synergies where we can collaborate, coordinate, learn from each other, so at the end of the day, each institution of CARICOM can achieve its mandated objectives.
Glenroy Cumberbatch. I'm the acting registrar of the Caribbean Examinations Council. One, it gives us an umbrella to recognize that there is a body that is responsible for managing the entire functions of the region, and to see what part we all play in that body, as well as to leverage responsibilities and resources across the various bodies and be committed as one set of agencies or one set of institutions to a bigger Caribbean goal.
My name is Francis Forbes. I'm the Executive Director of CARICOM's Implementation Agency for Crime and Security. We're all working in our different silos, and at some time or other we need to ensure that there is synchronization of the efforts that are being made. Ultimately, we're all working from different directions to make CARICOM a better place, to make CARICOM a safer place, and to make CARICOM economically viable. Without security, there can be no economic viability.
I'm James Hospitalis, the Executive Director of the Caribbean Public Health Agency, headquartered in Port of Spain. Well, I'm really happy to be coming together with all my fellow brother and sister institutions. I think people in the region don't perhaps realize how much we are serving. So I've enjoyed working with the Disaster Emergency Management Group, the climate change, tourism, security people, to be able to work together better and serve people in the Caribbean, serve the countries in the Caribbean.
My name is Russell Franklin. I'm the officer in charge at the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality. The value is to create synergies. I think we have many institutions within the region. We do, I don't want to say we duplicate, but we do similar activities, and where we can create synergies and efficiency, it would always augur well for the region.
My name is Ken Sylvester, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Caribbean Knowledge and Learning Network. When we meet as a group in the way we are meeting now, we realize that we have common problems across the Caribbean. We have common issues across the Caribbean. And the ability to exchange ideas and the ability to discuss solutions that can be applied across our countries is of significant benefit, not only to our own country, but to the region as a whole. So this exchange of ideas, this collaboration, this discussion and sharing of thoughts, that is really, at the end of the day, the critical benefit under the CARICOM meetings and the CARICOM umbrella.
I've been charged with the responsibility of pulling it together, as I said, formalizing the arrangement, and we've agreed to continue working in a very short term towards advancing the rollout of the implementation plan for the strategic plan. And that's going to be our focus in the very near future. We had discussions which probably had a more long-term view in terms of what kind of community one would want to expect to make it more efficient in terms of the delivery of services to our member states.